It's 2 in the morning, and you're wide awake, watching the ceiling fade and sharpen in the dark. The room is quiet, but your mind refuses to match it. You replay a conversation from earlier until each word feels carved in glass. Then a decade-old memory climbs out of nowhere and sits on your chest. You whisper "stop" like a prayer that never lands. Your thoughts loop anyway, circling the same worries like moths around a tired bulb. You're exhausted from a race you didn't choose to run. The finish line keeps moving, and your legs never stop. If this feels familiar, hear this clearly: you're not broken. You're human. Overthinking is not a moral failure or a personality flaw. It's your brain trying too hard to protect you from pain. It believes if it analyzes enough, you'll never be blindsided. Instead, that effort traps you in a maze with moving walls. At its core, overthinking is rumination, the mind chewing the same thought without swallowing. It feels like problem solving, but it's only friction. You search for peace by sifting the past and forecasting the future. Peace hides in the one place your mind forgets to check right now. Modern life turns the volume up. Notifications, comparisons, deadlines, and 1,000 tiny alarms keep your attention restless. Your mind was built for survival, not for endless scroll and perpetual visibility. It still treats uncertainty like danger and silence like threat. Inside your skull is a narrator that rarely sleeps. Scientists call its network the default mode network, the DMN. It wakes when your focus turns inward, stitching memory, identity, and imagination together. When it overfires, reflection mutates into rumination. For an overactive DMN, your head becomes a browser with 50 tabs refreshing at once. Every tab demands to be the only tab. You don't get clarity, you get noise. You don't get decisions, you get dizziness. Enter the amygdala, the brain's small but loud alarm. Its job is to keep you safe by detecting threats quickly. Here's the catch: it can't separate real danger from imagined danger. A thought about rejection can spike the same chemistry as a car swerving toward you. So a worried thought rises from the DMN, and the amygdala slams the panic button. Cortisol floods your system, your chest tightens, and your breath gets shallow. Your body's fear becomes evidence for your brain that the thought is true. The thought creates the feeling, and the feeling confirms the thought. That's the loop. DMN sparks narrative, the amygdala fuels alarm. Alarm amplifies narrative, and you're back at the start. You're not weak for getting caught there. You're human biology running an old program on a new world. The hopeful truth is this: biological habits can be retrained. The same brain that learned the loop can learn a gentler rhythm. You don't break the cycle by wrestling thoughts to the ground. You break it by teaching your brain where to stand. Begin with a simple boundary called a worry window. Choose a 15-minute slot each day where all worry is allowed. When anxious thoughts arrive outside that window, acknowledge them without debate. Tell them, "Later, not now," and jot a quick note so your brain trusts you'll return. At first the mind argues, insisting urgency. With repetition, urgency softens because structure proves safety. You're modeling leadership for your attention. You're teaching your brain that you decide when to think deeply. Next comes grounding, the art of returning to your senses. When the storm starts, anchor attention to what is real and near. Name 5 things you can see with detail, not summary. Trace 4 textures you can feel and let your hands slow down on purpose. Catch 3 sounds and follow their edges until they fade. Notice 2 scents and the way they change as you breathe. Finally, find 1 taste, even if it's only the coolness of water. Your senses are doorways. Step through one and the room gets bigger than your thought. Grounding steals fuel from the DMN by feeding sensory networks. You can't be lost in imagination while measuring reality with your skin. Journaling is the next lever: simple, fast, disarming. Set a timer for 10 minutes and spill unedited ink. Write the to-dos, the fears, the petty complaints, the big questions. Don't shape it into art. Let it be a map of the mess. Words drag fog into form. Once a thought has a shape, it has edges you can walk around. Writing recruits your prefrontal cortex, the brain's organizer and balancer. Emotion stops driving the car when language takes the wheel. Then there's action, the underrated medicine. Overthinking thrives in stillness and thins out in motion. Pick one small step that lives in the present moment. Send 1 sentence, wash 1 cup, step onto the balcony and count to 30. Action gives your nervous system new facts. Movement is happening, and nothing exploded. Dopamine rises, momentum wakes, and fear has less room to echo. You're not proving the future. You're serving the now. The mind follows feet that are already moving. None of these tools erase your humanity. They teach your biology how to relax without withdrawal from caring. Use the worry window to build boundaries. Use grounding to build presence. Use journaling to build clarity. Use action to build peace. You won't become thoughtless. You'll become less tangled. You won't stop caring. You'll stop catastrophizing. Alongside tools, add a few gentle rules. Name the loop. This is thinking, not truth. Talk to yourself in second person when fear is loud. You're safe right now. Breathe and look around. Practice single tasking like it's a sport. Attention is a muscle that grows where it's trained. Curate inputs like you curate nutrition. What you consume becomes tomorrow's mental weather. Schedule silence in daylight, not just darkness. Brains that pause on purpose panic less by accident. Sleep is strategy, not luxury. A tired brain mistakes shadows for monsters. Move your body in ways that feel like play, not punishment. Motion metabolizes stress that words cannot touch. Drink water, touch sunlight, and let your eyes find horizon lines. The body teaches the mind what safe feels like. When the loop spikes in the middle of the night, start small. Sit up, place both feet on the floor, and let the coolness ground you. Count 4 slow exhales longer than your inhales. Lengthened exhales tell the vagus nerve the fire is out. If thoughts insist, give them paper and a pen you keep by the bed. Promise yourself morning eyes before any decisions. If the bed becomes a battlefield, change rooms for 5 minutes. Touch books, feel fabric, or rinse your hands and watch the water leave. Return when your breath sounds like it belongs to you again. Ownership of breath is ownership of moment. Remember, thoughts are weather and you are the sky. Clouds can be dramatic and still be temporary. You don't control every cloud, but you control whether you pitch a tent under the darkest one. Let them move, and you move with them. On bright days, practice too. Calm is a skill you train when you don't need it, so it's ready when you do. Celebrate microscopic wins as if they're headlines. The nervous system learns from applause more than critique. When you backslide, which you will because you're alive, practice repair. I spiraled. I noticed. I returned. That's victory, not failure. Shame accelerates the loop. Curiosity loosens it. Ask, what helped even a little? And do more of that. If your mind insists on forecasting, give it kinder scripts. Even if it's hard, I will have help, and I will adapt. If your mind digs up the past, offer proportion. That was then, and this is now, and I'm different. If your mind demands certainty, offer competence. I don't know exactly what will happen, but I know how to respond. If your mind wants control, offer choice. Right now I choose breath, then one step. Surround your day with gentle guardrails. Bookend mornings and nights with the same 3 small anchors. Maybe it's water, sunlight, and a page of writing. Maybe it's stretching, a quiet song, and naming one true thing you're grateful for. Ritual teaches the body what safety feels like on schedule. Safety on schedule makes alarms less persuasive. Keep compassionate company in your digital life as fiercely as in your physical one. Mute the feeds that spike your cortisol for sport. Follow voices that expand rather than tighten your chest. Your nervous system is listening with both ears. When you need help beyond habits, ask without apology. Wise minds borrow other wise minds. Therapy is coaching, not courtroom. You're not on trial. You're in training. If you share your loop with a friend, ask for presence instead of fixes. Sit with me while I breathe is a complete request. Let people love you in simple ways. A walk, a text that says, "Are you here?" Simplicity is strong medicine. You are not your most anxious hour. You are the one who witnessed it and kept going. You are not your loudest thought. You are the one who learned to turn the volume knob. You are not a broken engine. You are a sensitive instrument learning new songs. Sensitivity is not fragility, it's fidelity to what's real. When it's tuned, it's a gift to everyone near you. Tonight, when the ceiling starts to talk, meet it differently. Name the loop and choose a tool. Maybe you set tomorrow's worry window and promise to meet it. Maybe you ground in 5 sights and 4 textures before another thought. Maybe you let your pen hold everything for 10 minutes. Maybe you stand, take 30 slow steps, and feel gravity hold you. There is nothing mystical about this work, and still it feels like magic. Small repetitions sculpt new roads through a forest that once felt endless. The DMN can quiet without erasing imagination. The amygdala can calm without losing courage. Your mind can stay vivid without staying scared. Your body can be alert without being alarmed. Peace isn't empty. It's accurate. It's your attention aligned with what is actually happening. When the loop returns tomorrow, you won't be surprised. You'll be rehearsed. You'll meet it with breath, with structure, with kindness. You'll meet it as the sky meets weather by allowing it to pass. You're not chasing silence anymore. You're building steadiness. Steadiness makes room for joy again. You can rest without earning it by solving everything first. Rest is not a prize. It's part of the process. If this helped, choose one tool before you close your eyes. Worry window, grounding, journaling, or one small action. Tell your brain which one out loud and keep your promise. Your thoughts may still arrive, but they won't own the room. The room belongs to you.